What you need to know as we get closer to Week 8, the Packers and the Cardinals, the game undermined by the fact that we've got some COVID issues. The Green Bay Packers. Defensive coordinator Joe Barry will not be available unless somehow he can generate a pair of negative tests 24 hours apart. When you're talking about Monday to Thursday, that's a quick turnaround. Davante Adams tested positive on Monday. Allen Lazard, as a close contact, is knocked out for 5 days. That means he's not vaccinated. That's the only way we can find out if someone's vaccinated or not. One of the only ways. There's a couple of ways, but one of them is if you're knocked out for a close contact, you necessarily aren't vaccinated because the close contact rule does not apply to those who are vaccinated. And then Marquez Valdez-Scantling, he's coming back, I think, from a hamstring.
Yeah, I think
they're not sure what his status is going to be.
Might play.
So there's a chance he's going to play.
Yeah.
Chance he's going to play. They got Amari Rodgers. They have Randall Cobb. And it's going to be a challenge, Chris. No Davante Adams. Forget about everybody else. No Davante Adams is going to be a challenge.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, a challenge, of course. It's Arizona. They're of course in the conversation for the best team in football, and I know the Packers are right up there with them. But it stinks for just the viewers, for us on Thursday night. I want to see both of these teams at their best. That's where it stinks a little bit, no doubt about it. I will say too, it just shows you, again, not that just how this virus still can spread like that is I think amazing to me. It really is how quickly that can all happen. But yeah, no Davante Adams, and really Lazard got going last week within their offense. I think it was the first week where I went, whoa, okay, here's another receiver actually involved in the game planning, or at least they're going to go to him and feature him and have a few plays designed for him. And of course now he's not going to be able to play either. So definitely some big blows to the Green Bay football team for a huge matchup for number 1 seed implications in the NFC.
I told this story last night on PFTPM, and I got to mention it again. My nephew, who's 17, is a tremendous Arizona Cardinals fan. Maybe the only Arizona Cardinals fan in the entire state of West Virginia. There will be more.
Now
I'm sure jumping on the bandwagon. Right. But he's old school. He's like 6-7 years ago and would not abandon. You know how kids are. If the team they like isn't good, they find another one. No, he's all in.
Yeah,
high integrity when it comes to rooting for his team. I told him about Davante Adams, and his response was, "That's dumb. I wanted it to be a fair game." And I'm like, kid, take what you can get.
Right.
If it becomes don't. But no, and also they have Aaron Rodgers. It's still going to be a fair game, Chris. I think the Packers will still be fine. If anything, they'll dig a little deeper and maybe be even a little more determined to overcome the absence of Davante Adams.
There is that aspect, too. And, what also, I'll say, again, that maybe plays into their hand to a degree. Nothing's really that positive when you're missing Davante Adams. But, if you are preparing for Green Bay, you're going, wait, we know what they're going to do. We know they want to go to Davante Adams. Now you're a little bit like, I'm not really sure what avenue they're going to take or who they're going to feature in some of these plays. And, you might get a few curveballs because, they're less than on the offensive side of the ball. And now it's going to force them to maybe have a little bit different of attack to where maybe a slight advantage just in that department, but not overall because Davante Adams, of course, is as hot as any receiver in football.
Let's hear from Aaron Rodgers on the prospect of going forward on Thursday night. The reality, not prospect. It's happening. No Davante Adams. Here's Rodgers on that.
I don't know. We're not a better team without him, that's for sure. I'd have to look at each of those games, but we've just found a way in those games. I think to the Atlanta game from a couple years ago, I guess last year, and I threw 2 whole shots to running backs, which I hadn't done in a long time, one to Jamal and one to Aaron. Bobby had a big game. We just kind of find a way. This is the Saints game the same year. I remember Allen had a real big game before getting injured later on that one. Bobby had a big game in that one, ran the ball well. So, other guys just got to step up.
Yes, they do. And again, with Aaron Rodgers, they're going to be in the game. And I'm not ready to just write off the Packers for this one. We'll make our picks tomorrow in the Joint Mega Picks podcast. But there they are. Without Davante Adams over the last 2 seasons, they've won all 5-6 games. So, now, this is an undefeated Cardinals team in their building. It may make it a little more difficult, but I think they'll find a way. They'll at least be competitive. I'm not ready to say they're going to win, but they'll at least be competitive.
No, yeah, definitely. No doubt about that. And you're right. I mean, there's some teams on there. New Orleans and Kansas City. that certainly were pretty damn good, and they found a way to win, definitely. The offense has a little bit of everything. It has, something to offer for everybody when they decide they want to go down that route. They haven't had to even go down that route. That's what is, amazing on a weekly basis right now. For the most part, last week's the first time we really didn't see Davante Adams go off. It was the first time all year long. So it is going to force them to get Robert Tonyan back into the conversation a little bit, where we finally saw him a little last week too. So we'll see where it goes. But, yeah, New Orleans last year, it was about the tight ends and Alan Lazard on play-action pass when they didn't have them. And, I think the Atlanta game, I got the stats right here in front of it, is Tonyan, the backs like he talked about, and Valdez-Scantling a little bit. But they'll make do, and they'll spread the ball around. It's an offense that's pretty complete and got a little bit of the offer schematically in a lot of different ways.
Now, that Kansas City game occurred without Patrick Mahomes.
That was a little bit of a
injury.
Yeah, right. He's a little bigger deal than Davante.
It's coming fairly soon. The Packers-Chiefs showdown, first time ever Rodgers and Mahomes together on the field, assuming they both stay healthy until then. That one's coming. I think it's coming week 9. I think it's just next
right
weekend.
Around the corner.
I think it is.
I think it is too. I think you're right. It is. It's next week.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.